my name's Jane and I'm the Cornish Knitter. Welcome to my channel. This channel is all about my knitting journey, what I'm up to, what I'm planning for my knits, a little bit about my shop and a little bit about my life here in Falmouth in Cornwall. So if you are new here, welcome, and if you have watched me before, welcome back and thank you. Do like and subscribe, and I do love your comments too, so please always do add comments because I always try to respond to everybody's comments because I so enjoy reading them. So welcome. What I've been looking at today is, and when I was planning this video, I suddenly realised that actually I have so much to share with you. So it feels like I've been on a knitting mission since I last spoke to you, but I've not really. I think a lot of the projects that I've been working on have been smaller projects, things that have had deadlines to them. Some things that I've worked on a little bit before but haven't been able to show you before. So when I'm sat here, and you obviously can't see what's around me, but what is around me is a whole host of stuff. So I'm going to be diving off left and right to actually get them. But what's been happening in my life? It's been a really busy sort of work period. Over the last few weeks, obviously it's the build up to Christmas. I work in retail, you know, and I'm also a knitter and love knitting gifts and things for the shop. So it has been a really sort of busy period. Also, we had a retreat that ran here. So we had one in October and one in November, which was the last one of 2024. I have actually just released my new retreats for 2025, and I know quite a number of people had commented before that they were really interested in them. So I will pop the website details here. Do go and look on my website if you are interested in coming and visiting me in Falmouth in Cornwall. We have got some amazing retreats planned. And we've got some amazing sort of workshops and events. We've got gin tasting, chocolate tasting. We're visiting some gardens, going to some beautiful local restaurants so that you can sort of experience some of the local ambience. Obviously, they're right by the sea, so you get to experience what it's like to see the sea from your bedroom or the lounge window every single day. And the one in September, we are really excited about, and that is filling up very fast because Selma of Little Big Knits is going to come over, and she and I are going to have the retreat together, and Selma is going to be teaching a masterclass over 3 days as part of the retreat on perfecting your fit. So if you are interested, get on and book really quickly, and it'll be lovely to see you too. So on to what else I've been doing. So the Advents launched. We did our first ever year in the shop. We had Advent boxes. We only had a very limited number. They launched on Sunday, on the 1st of December, and how they've worked is the inspiration we took from Cornish harbours, which are, you know, they are stunning if you've ever been to Cornwall. And the 4 harbours we took inspiration from was St Ives, Porthleven, Port Isaac, I had to think then, and also Mowry, which is famous for its Christmas lights. So every week people get to open their parcel, which has a beautiful bespoke yarn. I've created patterns, which are quick patterns that go along with it. They get a beautiful gift from Cornwall and a hand-drawn illustration of the port as well. And then we do weekly Zooms to sort of launch what's available that week and unwrap together, and then talk about the pattern so that everybody knows what they're doing. And you know, the pattern is optional, but it's been the first year of doing them, and it's really exciting to see people unwrap those parcels. So that's been great. Oh, I've got hair on my nose, it's itching away. Sorry, I've got to rub it. What else? There was something else I was going to talk about. A sock club. We had our latest sock club had just launched too. So the November boxes arrived, and I can show you those actually, because this month we did a slipper sock. So based on a Norwegian sort of design. In fact, we sort of said you could actually turn them into mittens by just adding a ribbed cuff and putting in an afterthought thumb, really. These are DK slipper socks. You start from the heel up. So it's a Judy's Magic cast on. It is done in West Yorkshire Spinners Pure DK, which is a beautiful 100% Falklands wool. We didn't want to make it too Christmassy, so we've used, this colour is called Water Lily and Natural. And I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. So yeah, so those of you that are members of Sock Club, you've already had the reveal, so I'm happy to show them now. We also did, for those of people that maybe not as experienced with colour work or just learning some of the techniques, or more beginner knitters, we did an easier version where the construction is the same, but we kept the colour work really simple and also did just block colour toes. So we do, if in Sock Club, if it is a difficult pattern, we do try and give an easier option. So yes, those are out in the world. Sock Club I'll sort of share something about Sock Club another time, but that has now closed until the new year. It will open again in February, so if anybody's interested, keep an eye on any of our social media or on here, and I will tell you when Sock Club is open again. And the flock, so I have an online community called the Cornish Knitters Flock. Please go and join if you're interested. It's a sort of educational sort of and community platform for really aimed at women who are reaching a stage of life where there's lots of challenges and lots of changes happening, and we are therefore brought together through our love of knitting and crochet and yarn and craft, really. We're brought together through that, but actually what it's evolving into is this really supportive and nurturing community, which is really sort of beginning to enable people to share skills, ask questions, learn new techniques, and it's just wonderful to see. So if you are interested, do hop on and have a look at what we offer. And if it's for you, what a great Christmas present, huh? If somebody bought you a community, that community, or just a gift to yourself. On the flock as well, we've what's actually starting to happen is that people are starting to arrange physical meetups. So, you know, we are going to Unravel, which is a yarn festival in the UK, in the south of the UK, in February. And suddenly people from all over the place, be it Europe or, you know, UK or even further afield, are now arranging to come and go to Unravel. And we're going to have a meetup, which is going to be amazing. And I believe we're going to also hopefully do one at Rhinebeck for Rhinebeck next year. So heading to the States, and that will be wonderful. And I will share more of that as that becomes a reality. And I'm so excited. I've not been to America for such a long time, and to go to that massive yarn festival will be absolutely awesome. So any recommendations, please let me know about what to see, what to do when I'm there, because it will be my first time and I would just be agog and overwhelmed, I'm sure. So what else have I been knitting? I probably should say what I'm wearing. This is I've worn it before, it's the Metamorphic sweater by Andrea Mowry. I love this. This is sort of my go-to, almost like a sweatshirt sort of sweater that I put on probably more times than any other sweater, if I think about it. If I'm just struggling in the morning and think, what shall I throw on? This is one I go to. And I think it's partly because there's so many colours in it and the neutral sort of grey that actually it's just a universal. And you knit it inside out, and then it's got like this one sort of cord thing down the middle. And I just knitted it in Arranmore light, which is the grey. And then I think the pattern calls for like spin cycle, dyed in the wool, probably dyed in the wool. Anyway, I can't remember which one of the spin cycles it is, but all I used was a normal sort of variegated yarn and just used that throughout, and I think it came out okay. I've got, I think this is called Bouquet. It's a free pattern. We've got actually kits in the shop. A little cowl on. It's quite cold today. quite nippy, and I get a cold neck, and that's the way I like to cover it up. And also, you know, when sometimes your neck looks a bit scrawny, doesn't it? Mine does. So I thought, actually, I took a look, thought, no, actually, I'll put something around my neck, cover that up. So, what else have I been knitting? Oops, somebody came to the door, so I had to pause it there. So what else have I been knitting on? Well, this video is really mainly about, there's a common theme. So I'm going to talk about sort of some of the things that I've been knitting, but most of them have been quite small projects, as I said earlier. So where do I start? So last time I talked about my Ali Pali socks. This is knitted out of a Camels yarn, which is called Falmouth Bay, which is bespoke to our shop. But just a plain old sock with a shadow wrap heel. I knitted these whilst I was standing at the stand at Ali Pali, just because I found that, amazingly, because I'm sat here chatting to you, but I'm only chatting to my phone really, but I am quite a sort of introverted, quite shy person until you get to know me. So standing at a stand with thousands of people walking past, I'm not a natural seller. I can't go out and sort of be all bubbly and vibrant and attract people. So standing there knitting was the best way to sort of get people talking to me about some of the challenges they face. So the Ali Pali socks were knitted predominantly at Ali Pali, and I just finished them off in the meantime. So I've done those. Also, I've spoken in a previous video about finishing my whips, and yay, I've done one. So let me remember what these socks are. They are the crinkle. They are the Loppy socks by Fibre Tails. I knitted them out of Imbault by the Fibre Company, which is probably one of my favourite sock yarns. So just a colourwork sock. I mentioned this in my whips video a few months ago, where I was debating which ones to do, and after that I have been slowly sort of making sure that I work through my whips and give them some attention, as well as casting on new things, because we all do that, don't we? But yeah, really happy with those and really looking forward to wearing them. And then as part of the flock, one of the things we've been doing is a knit along, and with our sort of sock designer, we got together and produced a festive sock. So we've been doing this knit along on the flock. Got it here in 2 colorways. So a little bit of color work here, which is lovely. Helen, who designed it, sort of said that these were berries, but we think they look like Christmas lights. I didn't want something that was too overtly Christmassy, because then that limits when you're going to be able to wear them. So I wanted something that was sort of that you could wear all year round, and in colours that were understated for Christmas. This was my choice. On the flock, people have gone very Christmassy, or they've gone quite dark, or they've gone for pastels. We've just seen a range of them. So they've had the pattern on the flock, and we've been doing the knit along on a weekly basis. But I've popped the pattern and these kits actually up on our website. So if anybody is interested, it is now available. We've called it the festive sock. And yeah, I just love this sort of candy cane heel, and then the toes. Look at the toes. The toes are the same too. So I'm not being rude. I'll put them together. Yeah, so it's been interesting. I've really enjoyed top down socks. So more socks. So as you can see, I've been knitting quite a bit of socks. So what else have I knitted? Oh, a little gift knit. So this, let me just check what it is. It is the Evelyn hat by Isabel Kramer. And it's meant to be long and sort of sloppy. I sort of knitted it because the actual design is like that, but I also wanted it. So another little bit of colour work. It's not for me. I'll pop it on, but as you know, I don't like hats on me. So it's meant to be a sloppy hat. It's for somebody who's got a bigger head than me. I knitted it out of Lay Family Yarns in just 100% merino yarn. Yeah, really like that one. That, as I said, they wanted it floppy. It was too floppy for me. Feels a bit like a Santa hat, but that was the request. But I really enjoyed doing the colour work, which I think has come out really nice in these two colours. So that's another small knit. So those are the things, those are my finished objects. So I've been steaming through those. And then in the theme of small knits and gift knitting, I also am working on, and thank you for all the love you, oh, I've got a needle stuck in there. Goodness knows why. Thank you for all the love that you've shown for the water lap shawl on my last video. So I am now knitting it in, God, I've got myself in a pickle here. I'm now knitting it in this gorgeous colour too, which is Raspberry Couli, I think, just because I think that it's a simple knit. It's one skein of yarn. This is a beautiful yarn. It's got a bit of silk in it, so it's got a lovely drape. And I've been wearing the blue one that I knitted in the Morgul colour way so much. So yeah, it's growing. And this is one I just pick up, you know, if I'm knitting in the morning and think, I just want to watch something on YouTube and I don't really want to sort of stress too much about what I'm doing, then that's one that I pick up and do. I've also started knitting a pair of fingerless mittens the pattern is by, I got this at John Arbon at their mill event. So it's by Sonia, who works, I think it's by, oh no, Helena Timms, who works. So just a very simple pair of fingerless mitts called the Working Hand mitts, and I'm knitting it in the colourway actually that they suggested. So I've just started that. It's from the cuff up, yeah. And now I'm just about to divide for the thumb. You can, with this pattern, it does have the option to have the extra bit sort of on the top, and I'm using Devonia 4-ply in Bleeding Heart, so it's a 4-ply pattern. So these are actually a little gift for somebody, so I will crack on with those and get those finished really quickly. I am going to knit another pair of mittens, and these are for me because I really loved them, and it is the Dracaena Cuff mitten. I won't show you the front page because it's not as clear a picture, but so I don't reveal the pattern to you. But these are again a John Arbon by Sonia. Sorry, Sonia, I'm going to say your name wrong. Bargi Lavska, who's from John Arbon. And I got, when I was at the mill, I got the colours that are in the pattern just because I loved those colours, and those are going to be for me. I'm going to knit those, and they are a gift from me to me, which is rare, as you know, if you've been following this channel for a little while. So quite a few small little knits going on. I wanted to show you a couple of things that have come in the shop just because they are so special, and I just so excited about them. Wildwood Stitches, she's Harriet, she's a lady in Scotland, in the Highlands of Scotland, and she makes project bags using Harris tweed, and this, well, she uses a range of stunning fabrics, but it's genuine Harris tweed. And she's made these bags and a whole range. So we've got bigger ones. This is the smallest one. She's made these bags especially for us in the shop because they've got a seaside theme to them. And aren't they beautiful? And they arrived last week and I was just so excited. She makes them beautifully. They are so well made. They've got some padding. I would imagine it's some batting or something inside. I think this is a perfect shawl or sock size. We've got a bigger one and then a handled one as well, and we've only got a few, so if you like them, they are in the shop. And I just also needed to show you these gorgeous little stitch markers, so hopefully, oh, one in the middles, hopefully you can see these. Keeps wanting to go the other way, doesn't it? Hopefully you can see these. So we have a seagull here, we have a Cornish pasty, and then we have a tin mine. And these are made by Ord at Bobbles and Berries. She made them, I sent her some images of Cornwall, and she hand embroiders these. They are so stunning. I mean, the work that goes into her stitch markers is phenomenal, and they are gorgeous. The middle one is a clip one, and then it's 2 ring pins. And she made these exclusively for the shop, so we are so excited to stock her. And 2 Scottish producers. If you don't live in sort of our area, there's quite a strong affinity between Scotland and Cornwall. Celts, we're traditionally Celts, but also, you know, just in terms of the landscape and some of the challenges really that sort of people experience in Scotland and Cornwall are very similar because of the rurality of it. So we're just super excited to have those. And then another collaboration. Now this is, oh, excuse me for leaning down because it's all on the floor. So some of you, if you've been to shows in the UK, will have come across Vicky of Cromanima, who does the most stunning cashmere. And I've just got a couple of the samples, and we are going to be stocking this just for a limited period of time. Vicky isn't going to any shows until sort of probably March next year, or late February, March next year. So we were adjacent stands at Ali Pally. We were just literally opposite, and I had to buy one of her beautiful shawl kits. I haven't got the box with me, but it's sort of a pyramid, and they are stunning. And this is one of her shawls, and this just shows you. So she's kindly lent me her samples. So this just shows you the stunning range of colours. Aren't they gorgeous? And if you look, this pattern, the variegation of the border changes as you go across. So I'm going to show you. So this is 100% cashmere. So look at that. We've got a couple of these. I think she calls them the octopus, maybe. There's 10 grams of each colour in this one. And then you've got the cream here for swatching. But how stunning is that? Look at those range of colours. If we've got a couple of these, and then we've got, I think, half a dozen kits of this one and a very similar sort of shawl with a more geometric square sort of pattern. So we just got about half a dozen of these. These are a luxury item, but my goodness, stunning, aren't they? And we've also got some of the skeins of yarn as well, just the plain colours that you see there in the shop for a very limited period. The other thing she's done is this gorgeous cowl. I won't put it on because I don't want to get makeup on it. And it's this beautiful, very simple lace design. And all you need is one skein of yarn and the pattern to be able to make it. And we are fortunate enough to have a few of these in the shop too. So I just wanted to show you those because I think they're really special items, and it's wonderful to be able to work in collaboration with other small micro businesses owned by women, run by women, and it's something that I'm really passionate about and promoting those businesses too. So just check them out on Instagram because they're all gorgeous, and I will put links to them down below. So that's that. One of the other things I do have to do before Christmas is, oh, I'm just scattering yarn everywhere. I'm going to knit, or crochet, sorry, some of these gorgeous vegetables for... Kerry was on the stand beside me at Ali Pally, she was absolutely, she's been amazing. She's been so generous and kind and talked to us a lot about her approach to things. And on her stand, she had masses of these vegetables. And they are just gorgeous. I mean, just look at this. So I thought they would make, just crocheting vegetables would make lovely gifts for people, just like something quirky that they could put in their kitchen. So I did have some toft, but I've also got other yarn that I can use. So yeah, watch this space because there's some crocheted vegetables on the horizon. Finally, I mentioned last time that Christmas is really the only time of year that I ever indulge in a cast on just purely for me. Most of the time I'm working for the shop and doing things for the shop, so I'm always working to deadlines, you know. There's always a new pattern or new yarn that we need to showcase. So yeah, that's sort of the norm for me throughout the year. And I am a process knitter. I do love the process, so that's fine. But Christmas is the only time of year I sort of think, actually, I'd really like to knit something that's not going to go in the shop as a sample. It's purely for me. Probably not something we stock because I'm always knitting with that. So quite often it's sort of something that I really love, but it's not something we currently have in the shop. So I've got some options and I'd really welcome your views on what I should do. One that I'm definitely doing, because I really enjoyed doing colour work recently. And for ages, I've had this pattern here, which is by Marie Wallen. It is a project bag, and I'm not going to get it all out, but in this bag here are all the colours for that project bag, and that really excites me. I really sort of think I'll enjoy knitting that over the Christmas period, and really enjoy doing the colour work on a small project. But the other two sort of choices I have as well, and I really sort of, anybody that's knitted them, do let me know. But again, for a long time, I have had the spot sweater by Anna Wenzel on my to-do list. And somebody came into the shop, I'm going to say over a year or so ago, wearing it in these colourways. So this is the background, and this is done out of Filcolana, Tilia, and their Arwetta sock in Marzipan, I think it is. That's the colour. And then the crisscross, the spot parts were done in this Panilla by Filcolana, and I'm just trying to see the colour. Oh, it's not got a colour, it's 831. So it's between casting on the spot sweater or one of the other things that I've been hankering after doing for literally years and never actually done. And living in Cornwall, it's probably a travesty that I've never done it, is to knit a traditional Gansey sweater. Now, anybody that's ever knitted a Gansey will know that the wool that you use has to be sort of a special wool that's really hardy, because a traditional Gansey is designed to be windproof, weatherproof, you know, protect you against rain and all sorts. So it's an outer garment, and therefore you knit it on really tiny needles, 2.25, maybe 2.5 maximum. And predominantly it's a plain sweater with traditionally sort of a design that goes across the sort of upper part of the body, usually a combination of knits and pearl stitches, occasionally a bit of cable. And there is a whole load of tradition around the patterns that you can use. And traditionally a Gansey will have a gusset piece in the underarm to enable greater movement because it is an outer garment, and it was, you know, traditionally worn by fishermen and seamen who needed to be flexible and moving but needed a garment that was going to keep them warm. So I've always hankered after making one, and I have, and it's not coming up the right colour really here, but it is like a denim blue. I have this from Blacker Yarns in a sweater quantities worth. And I also, Caroline from Gorgeous Yarns, she's also the agent for Frangipani, which is based here, very local to us. And they do Guernsey yarns on cones, and there's anywhere between 20 and 30 colours. So I could pick another colour, because I think if I'm going to knit it, I've got to love it. Because they take a long time because of the tight weave and the tiny needles that you knit them on. So guys, what should it be? What should I cast on? Should it be the Spot Sweater by Anna Wenzel, or should I take the plunge and cast on that traditional Guernsey? So my choices, anything you can do to help would be great. Finally, just because it is coming up to that sort of really stressful time of the year, my Christmas is going to be quiet this year, which I'm sort of looking forward to. Both my children have got other things planned for Christmas, which is just as it should be, and I'm sort of happy for that they don't feel that they have to come and spend time with us just because it's Christmas. We'll see them both before Christmas. They're both coming down the weekend before. And we are going out to lunch with my parents and my sister and her husband. So we're going to a hotel. First time I've ever done it. Really looking forward to it, actually. Not having the hassle of all the food shopping, not having the hassle of worrying about cooking a dinner for lots of people. You can just get dressed up, go out, have a beautiful lunch, leave the dishes to somebody else, come back, pick up my knitting and sit and watch something that I want to watch. Be it a film or something on the TV, or listen to some music. So it will be a first, and I'm hoping that it will be as idyllic as I imagine it to be. I will miss seeing the kids. I will miss it dreadfully, but you know, I'm also happy that they're going to be doing things that they really want to do too. But I am conscious that it is quite a stressful time, and this book is something that we in the flock, we have a book club, and this is something that we've been reading in the book club, and it's called Calm Your Mind, and it's sort of got, it's a different book because it's got artwork and it's got sayings, and it's just really there to really enable you to be a bit mindful, take some time out and really just enjoy. So if I just show you sort of, so that is one of the images in it, and a little saying: live in each season as it passes, breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit, and resign yourself to the influences of each. And that's really true. That is about mindfulness, isn't it? It's about sort of really appreciating what we have around us, and taking time out to do that. So if you are feeling a bit stressed, having had a really good sort of peruse through this, I would recommend going and having a look. It is by, what's the authoress? I should know this. Or is it just a combination? Ravenous Butterflies is the publisher. So yeah, just do go and have a look. It's called A Journey to Tranquility, Calm Your Mind. Hopefully I will get on here and do another recording before Christmas, or the festive season, or holiday season, however you choose to spend your time. I do wish you a sort of peaceful lead up to the festive season. Hopefully I'll be able to show you some of my progress on some of these smaller projects that I've been talking about. And yeah, do comment and let me know, firstly, what you think I should cast on, and whether you do the Christmas cast on thing, and if so, what are you planning? Really keen to hear. So do like and subscribe. It's lovely to talk to you, and have a great few weeks.